this is this is troubling, and it makes me think if we've hit rock bottom here in New Braunfels. The New Braunfels housing market continues to sink. It's sinking. Today we're going to talk about why, what exactly, how this pertains to you, and why this is actually a good thing. If you guys are new here to my channel, thank you so much for hopping aboard, because every week we're trying to drop relevant and timely information about what it's like to live in New Braunfels. After 2+ years of really astronomical growth in the New Braunfels housing market, we're taking a bit of a hit the last few months. I mean, take a look at this troubling trend. In August, our median home price in New Braunfels in city limits was $373. In September, we dipped to $365. In October, we plunged almost $20,000 in median home price from September. And the latest housing market report, our median home price took another double-digit whack. We're at $334. That's a 10% loss from this time last year. That $334 median home price in New Braunfels, that's the lowest we've been here since June 2021. So we've turned back the clock 2.5 years on our median home price here in New Braunfels. And Hill Country is not escaping these softened values. Hill Country values have dropped 3% year over year. So what the H is going on in a town so attractive to so many people? I mean, we've got our ultra active outdoor lifestyle, our rivers, our lakes, our hill country, our schools are strong, our quaint and charming downtown, our shopping, our historic district of green. What gives here? Why is New Braunfels going in reverse? It's the elephant that continues to sit smack dab in the middle of the room. Higher interest rates. Now, you may have heard recently the forecast is improving for interest rates. We'll get to that in just a second, what it means for you and when that may be coming. But remember, guys, free money for almost 2 years. Rates were in the 2s, sub-2s, 3s, and 4s, and then things got hairy. All of a sudden, almost overnight, rates climbed and climbed and climbed, and that really slowed things down here in New Braunfels, really put on the brakes on the rapid growth here. Fewer buyers in the marketplace, fewer sellers wanting to give up that 2, 3, 4 mortgage rate to jump into something higher. But keep in mind, sellers, resale or new construction, they still have to sell. So you combine that with higher interest rates, and all of a sudden you have all these homes sitting on the market. You have 5 months of available homes for sale in New Braunfels. We haven't seen inventory like this in New Braunfels in years. And most of these available homes, the homes sitting on the market right now in New Braunfels, are coming from our new construction homes. Almost 6 months of inventory with new construction compared to 4.5 months for resale. Now, here's how that impacts purchasing power in New Braunfels when you have that much inventory and the rates are higher. Take a look at this. This is from last year at this time. You couldn't buy a house in New Braunfels for under $200,000 last year. 61% of our buyers and sellers were in the $200,000 to $400,000 range. 20% were purchasing a house between $400,000 and $500,000, and 18% sold their house for $500,000 and above last year. Fast forward to today, 3% of the buyers out there can actually find a home for under $200,000. There are more buyers, and this is where it comes in, more buyers now in the $200,000 to $400,000 range, and fewer buyers in that $400,000 to $500,000 range. So you can see how the higher rates and more inventory, more to choose from, softens the value, soften the prices here in New Braunfels. New construction is a key contributor to home prices softening here in New Braunfels because builders continue to build, which creates more inventory, which forces the builder to offer record incentives and discounts to buyers in order to sell homes. All right, let's get to the good, because there is good news to come out of this. I know you're thinking, wait, Rod, my home value is lower? Wait a second. Now, if you're a property owner in the New Braunfels area, you probably received your tax bill recently, maybe in November, and you opened it up for the first time and you were like, whoa, what's going on here? My property taxes are less than what they were last year, noticeably less. That's because of the softening values here in New Braunfels the past year and a half. And it's also because, this is a major thing too, our homestead exemption went from $40,000 all the way up to $100,000. That's huge. I think property taxes in the New Braunfels area will either remain the same or decrease again in 2024 because the New Braunfels housing market has had one full year to marinate in these sinking home prices. So lower values in theory means lower property taxes. Now, what happens in 2025 and beyond? Who knows? Because of this bit of good news. Inflation cooled off again this month, and the Fed came out and said, look, we're going to leave things untouched. We're not touching the rate. We're going to leave it unchanged. So the initial reaction to that was rates that dipped into the mid sixes, high sixes, and the Fed even came out and said, hey, plan for 3 rate decreases in 2024. When those are coming, it depends on how quickly we can get down to the Fed's targeted 2% inflation. My 2 cents, even though the Fed is saying, look, plan for 3 rate cuts in 2024, that sounds all great. They're also saying this: don't be surprised if we hike the rates again in 2024, because for the longest time, the Fed has said what? We're going to get down this inflation rate all the way down to 2%. Right now, we're at 3.1%. Which is cooling off, which is good, better than October, it was at 3.2, and better than September when we were at 3.7. And we're coming off a major holiday spending season, and the inflation is cooling off. That's a good sign, guys, but this stuff takes time. I don't think we see these rate cuts until the 3rd or 4th quarter of 2024. But the big question is, where do you have to be at? What rate do you have to be at in order to move to New Braunfels, purchase a house here, or to sell your house here and move away from New Braunfels? Is that number in the 7s, the 6s, the 5s, the 4s? What is the magic number for you? Please let me know in the comment section below. And if you plan on waiting it out, or if you're saying, look, I'm moving to New Braunfels no matter where the rates are, or I'm going to sell my house in New Braunfels no matter where the rates are. Any of these scenarios, guys, I would love to be your real estate resource of choice. You can email me, you can call me, or you can shoot me a text. As always, thank you so much for watching our videos, and we'll see you on the next one.